Okay, good morning. I welcome you to the second lecture of cloud security. So today we will cover the following topics as mentioned here, that is cloud service models and virtualization basics. So first we'll go through the service models. Yes. So very often you have heard about as a service. Yes, you have heard about as a service. So let's see what is this as a service. Okay. So basically what type of services the cloud computing provides its end users. Okay, so there, depending on that, there are three types of services. One is the infrastructure as a service, second is platform as a service, which we always also call as PaaS, and the third is software as a service that we call as SaaS. So first we will try to understand this with an example. Okay, so let's consider this example. New pizza as a service. Okay, so here you see, so let us try to understand. Okay, so suppose you want to have pizza today. Fine, you want to bake pizza today, you want to make all preparations and you want to have it. So first would be the traditional way, that is the on-premises one. Okay, so in the traditional way, what would you do? You would make all preparations on your own. That is, you will try to, you go for shopping, you shop all the ingredients needed, including the toppings, the pizza dough, everything. Fine, you make all necessary preparations, you do the shopping, then you make your equipments ready, like the gas, the ovens. Okay, then you also have to make use of your own kitchen. So if you go through the traditional way of pizza making, then we have to follow the first steps that's given here. Okay, that is made in house. Fine, now suppose you are too lazy to do everything on your own. Yes, so one thing you can do is you can switch to infrastructure as a service. So what is this infrastructure as a service? So what do you have to do here? Okay, first you see the ones marked in green, okay, and the ones marked in blue. Okay, so these greens and these blues, they will be performed by different people, they will be managed by different people. So here in infrastructure as a service, if you opt for this service for pizza making, the things that you have to do is you have to shop for all the ingredients that you need. That is, you have to make your toppings ready, you have to make your dough ready, and you have to cook the pizza on your own. But here the kitchen, okay, and the equipments needed, that is the gas, the microwave, the equipments needed for pizza making will be available to you. It will be provided to you by some other party. Fine, so basically here you will be making your own pizza. Okay, you will be making all necessary preparations, you will be making your own pizza, you will cook it on your own. But however, the infrastructure, including the kitchen, the gas, the microwave, all the equipments, everything, the infrastructure will be given to you. You will be using somebody else's infrastructure. The only thing that you have to do is you have to show up. Okay, you have to show up, you have to walk in to the kitchen, everything will be ready there, the setup will be ready there. The only thing you have to do is just walk in, take out your ingredients from your bag, whatever you have shopped, then you start making your own pizza. Now here, see, if you clearly notice, if you carefully think, then you don't have much restrictions here. Restrictions in the way you are given the kitchen, okay, you are given the gas, you are given the microwave. So it is not necessary for you to make pizza only. You can also go for some other cookings. For example, you want to prepare some Chinese dish, you want to prepare some Indian dish. Okay, so you can do anything actually, so provided you are given the kitchen. Yes, so here there is very little restriction. So basically most of the things you have to manage on your own. Okay, now suppose you are too clumsy to do a lot of work. Okay, you don't want to manage a lot of things, you don't want to take up much responsibility here. Okay, then you can switch to the other type of service, which is platform as a service or pass. So here you see the responsibilities somewhat decreases. Okay, how? Of like infrastructure as a service, here also you will be provided the infrastructure, you will be provided the kitchen and the kitchen equipments. Along with that, you will also get the pizza dough ready. Okay, you don't have to shop it on your own, you don't have to make it on your own. Okay, the third party will provide you. Okay, the third party will provide you the dough along with the kitchen equipments. Fine. So the only thing that you have to do is, shop for the ingredients as per your requirement. Okay, whatever ingredients you would like, whatever toppings you would like to put on the pizza, that can be up to you. And you simply have to walk into the kitchen, taking the ingredients, just fill in the pizza dough with the toppings and cook it. That's it. So if you compare with the infrastructure as a service and this platform as a service, if you compare, then in platform as a service, you will have to do relatively lesser work. So you will have lesser responsibilities here, because even, along with the kitchen, and the equipments, the pizza dough also will be made available to you. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to look for it in the market. So here you will be left with only a very little responsibility. Fine. Now again, suppose you don't want to cook pizza at all, or suppose you don't even know how to cook pizza, but you love eating pizza a lot, then the last and the best way to look for is software as a service. Here, everything will be prepared by the third party. The only thing that you have to do is you have to simply place the order, just like we are using online food delivery apps. Yes, we are using Zomato, we are using Swiggy, we are using Uber Eats. So what do? You simply have to have that app in your phone. You simply, log in, you go through the restaurants, you go through their menus, and whichever item you like, whichever item you would like to have for that particular day, you simply go to that, place the order, and wait until it is delivered. So here, starting from making, the ingredients ready, to getting the kitchen equipments ready, to making the food. Okay, since here we are talking about pizza, so starting from the shopping of ingredients to maintaining, keeping care of all the kitchen equipments, getting them ready for the cooking process, and finally till cooking the pizza, everything will be done by that party. You don't have to do anything, including the delivery at your doorstep. Okay, you simply have to place the order here. They will do everything, and then they will again come back to you to deliver your food item. So you can enjoy your pizza sitting at home. You simply have to do one thing, that is just place the order and wait for its delivery. Yes, so these four are the different types of services. Okay, first is the traditional one, which we do it ourselves. Okay, which we manage, the end users manage on their own, everything is done. So here we are not given any service, so you cannot consider this as a service. But the next three, okay, these are the three services that will be managed by the third party. Okay, these are some services which we being end users can receive. Okay, so this was an example of pizza as a service. Now let us understand it in terms of cloud computing. Okay, the same things. Here again I have a diagram. So talking about cloud computing, okay, you see again we have these four types. First is the on-premise, where all these resources and applications that you see, starting from the application that you would like to request for, okay, then the data for that application, then the runtime, that is the compiler to run that application, then the middleware, then the operating system, okay, virtualization, servers, storage, networking. So all these resources, okay, all these software, hardware resources needs to be managed by ourselves. Okay, now switching on to the cloud service models, we have three types. Okay, so here if you see, first going through ES, that is infrastructure as a service. Here in infrastructure as a service, the only things that you have to manage is the ones highlighted in blue. Okay, so here the end users have to get their applications data, the runtime, okay, the middleware and the operating system on which the application will be run. So the end user will have to manage all these on their own, but the virtual machines, the servers, the storage, networking, all these marked in gray will be managed by the other party. Okay, the end user will be receiving these services from the other party, and these comes under the infrastructure. So the entire infrastructure needed to host this application, to run our application, to manage our application, that will be provided by a different party. Okay, the party whom we requested for the service. But everything related to your application, okay, that you have to manage on your own. Then talking about platform as a service, here if you see, there are mostly resources in gray. That means all these resources, if you see, starting from the runtime, directly starting from the compiler where you will run your application, the middleware, the operating system, the virtual machines, okay, then the server, storage, networking, all these will be managed by somebody else. They will be provided to us by somebody else. So this entire thing comes under platform. So along with the infrastructure, we will also be provided the platform, the operating system, the compiler and the middleware we are running, okay, and the end user. Okay, so this along with this infrastructure, these platforms also will be made available to us. Okay, you have to simply make request for these services. So the only thing that we have to manage is the application and the data for that application. And the last one, where you don't have to do anything, is the SaaS or software as a service. So here what you have to do is you simply have to request for the service. Everything will be managed by the cloud service provider. Okay, all application and other resources, all software and hardware resources will be managed by the cloud service provider. Here you simply have to request for the service and wait until it gets delivered to you. So this is all about the cloud service models. Fine. So let's just try to summarize each, okay, in short. So first we will start with SaaS, okay, that is the software as a service. So talking about basically the characteristics of software as a service, I'll again repeat the characteristics that I said. So basically software as a service is an on-demand service. Okay, we have to pay per use of application software. It is an independent platform. We don't need to install the software on our PC. It runs a single instance of the software. Okay, available for multiple end users. Then it makes the cloud computing very cheap. Cloud computing resources are managed by vendors here. Also, it is accessible via a web browser or lightweight client application. Okay. Now, talking about the pros and cons of SaaS, it's already included in this material. If you go through it, you will see. So talking about the pros, there are many. Okay, there are many benefits of using software as a service. First one would be, it is universally accessible from any platform. Okay, no need to commute. We can easily work from any place. It is excellent for collaborative working. The vendor provides modest software tools and it allows for multi-tenancy. And speaking about the cons or disadvantages, using SaaS, we might face portability and browser issues. Okay, internet performance may dictate the overall performance. Also, there are compliance restrictions. Now, speaking about platform as a service, so basically, this service is made up of a programming language execution environment, an operating system, a web server, and a database. It encapsulates the environment where users can build, compile, run their programs without worrying of the underlying infrastructure. And in this model, we manage data and the application resources only. Okay, all other resources are managed by the vendor. So talking about the pros and cons of platform as a service, the pros goes this way. It is scalable, okay? It is cost effective, faster market for developers, easy development of web applications, private or public deployment is also possible. Speaking about the cons, developers are limited to the provider's languages and tools. Also, there will be migration issues, such as the risk of vendor lock-in. Next, we talk about infrastructure as a service. So these services offer the computing architecture, okay, and infrastructure, all computing resources, but in a virtual environment so that multiple users can access them. Resources include data storage, virtualization, servers, and networking. Most vendors are responsible for managing the above 4 resources. Okay, users will be responsible only for handling other resources such as applications, data, runtime, and middleware. Again, infrastructure as a service also has got some pros and cons. Speaking about the pros, the cloud provides the entire infrastructure. It is very flexible. Okay, here dynamic workloads are supported. That is, it enhances scalability. Okay, so now we talk about the users of these 3 services. So basically, users of SaaS are the end customers. Okay, and some very popular SaaS providers are Gmail, Google Drive, Google Docs, Salesforce, etc. Then users of PaaS are the developers. Okay, and the popular PaaS providers are the Windows, Azure, Google App Engine, Force.com. Okay, and infrastructure as a service, the users are mainly the system administrators, and some popular providers of infrastructure as a service are Amazon Web Services, EC2. Then we have Rackspace. It is an open cloud computing company. Then we also have GoGreen. Okay, so next, so this is all about the service models.